What did you discover that shattered everything you thought you knew? I was at work when I got the call informing me that my father with dementia was found wandering the streets alone and confused. He hadn't been doing well for a while, and honestly, we hadn't been close in years. My dad, Walter, was the type of guy who thought providing was enough. He worked, paid the bills, fixed the car, and called it fatherhood. He never came to my games, never said he was proud, and if I got a B instead of an A, it was always, "You can do better." I stopped expecting anything from him a long time ago. So when I went back to his house to get his affairs in order, it wasn't emotional, just something that had to be done. The house was the same one I grew up in, but it looked worse now. Overgrown lawn, peeling paint, a stack of mail nearly falling out of the box. Inside, it smelled like old newspapers and canned soup. I started cleaning up the living room first. Most of it went straight into trash bags, old receipts, broken appliances, a pile of VHS tapes with no labels. Then I found a small folder tucked between two couch cushions. It was full of printed pages, mostly my old essays and poems from college, stuff I posted online and completely forgot about. Some had pencil marks in the margins, little notes like "beautiful phrasing" or "felt this one." I stopped and just stared at it. He never said a word to me about any of these, not once. It didn't add up. I went down into the basement, where he kept all his old junk. Behind a workbench, shoved between a dusty fishing pole and a stack of paint cans, was a wooden cabinet with a broken latch. Inside were photo albums, a lot of them. Each one was labeled by year. I pulled out one labeled 2007. That was the year I graduated high school. Inside were photos of me walking the stage, hugging my friends, throwing my cap in the air, but none of them were taken up close. Every single one was shot from far away, through the crowd, from the back of the auditorium. I grabbed another one, 2012, my wedding year. I remember he said he couldn't come. I believed him, but there were pictures of me and my wife saying our vows, cutting the cake, dancing. He was there, somewhere in the crowd, watching, but never stepping forward. Page after page, year after year, all of it was me. Birthdays, holidays, even random days I didn't recognize. Just me living, and him quietly capturing it from a distance. Then I found the newest one, 2023. It was full of pictures of my daughter, Ava, walking home from school, sitting at the bus stop, laughing with her friends, playing with our dog in the front yard, always taken from across the street or behind a tree. My stomach turned. I felt sick. Some of the photos were from just a few weeks ago. I had no idea he'd even been near us. My first reaction was fear, then confusion, then something I didn't want to name. I took the album to the hospital the next day. He was mostly out of it. Called me Rick a few times, which I think was his cousin. He kept asking where his keys were, but when I showed him the album, his face changed. He looked at it for a long time and then said, "She's just like you." I didn't want to miss her too. I didn't say anything. I just sat there. Then he looked up and added, "I didn't know how to be there the way you needed, so I was nearby. It's not the same, but it's what I could do." That was when it hit me. All the years I thought he didn't care, all the resentment I carried, the stories I made up to explain his silence. It was never that simple. He was there, just not in the way I wanted. I left the hospital that day feeling like my entire childhood had been rewritten in a single conversation. Not erased, just seen from another angle. The next day, I brought Emma with me and showed her the albums. She flipped through them without hesitation, curious, but not confused. To her, this quiet kind of love still counted. That hit me harder than anything else had. I brought a blank album to my dad and placed it in front of him. He stared at it for a while, then gave a small nod. We started filling it together, not from a distance, but side by side. I canceled the care facility and built him a space in our garage. It wasn't perfect, but for the first time, it felt real.